morning, my friends. Welcome to your standing yoga for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then we'll get on the floor for the last portion of the class and do some deeper stretches and relaxations. So you're going to get to work through your whole body, strengthening and stretching today. Let's start with a great warm-up. Begin with your shoulders. We're going to roll the shoulders up to the ears, back and down. I like to make sure you're well warmed up so that you can really relax and stretch by the end of the class. Inhale up, exhale down, and so we're going to manipulate all our joints, use all the joints, loosen up our fascia, glide all the fascia around all the joints. So you're doing big shoulder rolls here. I'd like you to squeeze for a second, hold it up, take a breath in, and then release and sigh. And again, inhale up. Let's make a little noise. And again, inhale up, squeeze. Anything that's been on your shoulders is just going to roll off right now, and you're going to leave it for 1 hour. This is your time. We're going to roll the right shoulder and then the left. So whatever's worrying you, you're going to let it go for 1 hour. You can pick it back up after the hour if you really feel you have to. So we're rolling one shoulder at a time, and we're doing a nice light twisting movement in the upper area of the spine, loosening the thoracic vertebrae, and also warming up the shoulders. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll bring our hands up through the center, elbows into the waist. Take your hands palms up as your elbows are really close to your sides, and drop your shoulder blades down and back and in towards the spine. You're opening your heart, stretching your chest a little, and again warming up shoulder muscles and joints. So here, inhale and exhale, really drop the shoulder blades down and in. My name is Gail, and I am your 65 plus instructor. This is my workout for today, and I'm presenting it to you for your entertainment. So if you would like to join in, you need to talk to your doctor first and make sure it's okay. So we're going to do a lot of standing poses, strengthening the legs and the whole body, really. But before we start those, we're doing our warm-up. So now, take your hands a little higher if you can. I'd like you to bring your elbows in together, and the hands will come on up in front of your face. Then open to a cactus position. Take your shoulder blades back towards your spine again. Now push your hands out, palms flexed, fingertips point to the ceiling. Let's do that again. Come on up, elbows together. Now cactus, and press out to the side and down. Elbows together. Open. Really open your heart. Press to the side. And down. Okay, one more shoulder and breath exercise. Through the center, we're going to inhale and draw a great big sunshine circle, taking the elbows back like swan wings and dropping them down into the waist. So inhale up and exhale. Oh. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up. I'm so glad to be here with you today. All right, next, we're going to stretch side body muscles. I'd like you to bend your knees, and we'll start by making a position I call the little teapot. One hand on the waist, and now, just like the song, you're going to exhale and reach down and inhale up. Exhale down, bend your knees a little. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, pulling the tummy in. If you like, you can reach down with one hand and up with the other hand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, center, exhale, stretch, inhale, center, exhale, stretch, inhale, center, exhale, stretch. One more, inhale, center, and exhale, stretch. Now let's bring our arms up through the center. You can either make a big circle or a smaller one. Your feet are parallel. We're sitting into a chair pose and reaching the arms forward. And then coming up. So let's try that. A big circle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. We want to keep the knees in alignment with the ankles and the hips. So the knees do not rock in towards the midline. Inhale and exhale. We're getting the blood moving through the whole body now and really starting to warm things up. Let's do two more. And we'll hold this. Now you can keep your hands reaching to the front, shoulders down, or if you need to put your hands on your thighs, you can put your hands on your thighs. You want to keep your tail moving back behind your heels. Your back is really straight, your tummy is pulled in, and you're going to feel your thigh muscles here activating just beautifully. You can feel them nice and contracted as you hold your chair pose. Let's take a couple more breaths. And come all the way up. Make a circle Okay, next we're going to come to a bent knee position, sliding the hands down to the shin. Come to flat back like a table. Bend the knees and come back up. So we're really going to stretch the legs much straighter. You'll feel the back of your legs stretching, nice big hamstring stretch, waking up the lower back. And one more. Excellent. We'll bend our knees and come on up. Feet apart, toes turned out. We're going into a deep goddess pose. Bend the knees. So we start with a half, or what we call a demi-plie in dance. The knees are bent and going in the same direction as the toes, shoulders back and down, chin in, and then if you can, take it a little deeper until your buttocks are down right between your knees. Coming up, let's bring our hands to the front. Demi-plie, and if you can, grand plie, and come on up. Demi-plie, and grand plie. Demi-plie, and grand plie. We're really starting to ask the legs to do a lot of work here. Let's keep going, 4 more. Three. 2. And 1. Now turn your toes so that your feet are parallel. The toes are pointing straight forward. We're going to bend the knee, lunging on the right, and the knee is going in the same direction as the toes, so the knee comes forward. We're reaching up with the right hand. Come center, bend the knee on the left, reach up with the left hand. Going to repeat this a few times, and you'll feel your inner thigh starting to stretch. Also your side body. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, take your arms up through the center for a big breath in. Circle your arms, and we're going to lunge to the right. Now you can stop here with your hands on your thigh, or reach all the way down to the floor if you like. And then slowly come on up. Inhale. Let's go for the left side. Inhale up. Push your tail back behind your heels. You're lunging to the side, touching the floor or putting your hands on your thigh. activating the whole body and the powerhouse most especially, which is the set of muscles that are the biggest in your body, and you sit on them a lot of the time. I think you know what I'm talking about. That's right, we're working our buttocks. Strengthening the lower back. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's do one more. Nice work. Now I'm taking the toes of my right foot, turning them to the right, and I'm turning my left foot in just a little bit so I can come to a warrior lunge and track my knee over the center of my ankle out to the side, squaring the shoulders to the front and coming down to warrior two and back up again. Reaching the fingers out to the side, dropping the shoulders down, keeping the chin pulled in. Let's do 4 more. Tracking the knee over the center of the ankle. 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it here in warrior two. And if you like, you can take a look over your ring finger. Let's take a few breaths. And slowly come up to standing. If your feet feel like they've gotten too far apart, bring them a little bit closer together, and we'll turn the toes to the left side now. Turn the right foot in a little bit. Square the shoulders to the front. Make sure your knee is going to track right over the center of your ankle. And we're going to reach out and come to warrior two here on the left side. Pull your right shoulder back a little bit. Tracking right over the center of the ankle. Getting ready to hold your warrior two, coming up in 4 more repetitions of our knee bend. 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders down. Okay, let's hold this position for a few breaths. Coming out of that, if you're like me, your feet may have gotten a little too wide apart, so let's scooch them in, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. Wonderful. Now if you need a sip of water, this is a perfect time to have it. Definitely, you should feel really warm at this point, really heating, like you're heating up. We're going to continue with some more standing yoga. I'm going to use a chair to help me with the next part. If you don't want to use a chair, then you can get down to the mat if you prefer. So I'll use the seat of the chair to put my hands on to help support me as I do some of the exercises. We're going to step up close to the chair. My feet are underneath it. And bring the hands up through the center. Big breath in. And I'm sitting into the chair pose that we practiced earlier, pushing my tail back and reaching my hands out to the front. Just holding that for a moment, feeling a strengthening happening in the lower back area. And now bringing the hands to the chair, stepping the right foot back, turning the toes out, and coming up to a warrior lunge. Here I'm bringing my hands through the center, elbows together, opening to cactus, opening the heart here, holding this lunge, strengthening the front left thigh as we hold the lunge, and then option to come up to warrior one. Let's pull the shoulders down, take a breath or two. Bring the hands to the seat of the chair, or if you're ambitious today, maybe your hands are coming all the way down to the floor. I'm going to step back to a plank, pulling in the tummy, taking a breath or two, holding on to the plank, keeping the tummy pulled in, and then going back to a chair-assisted down dog, taking a couple of breaths here. And now bringing the right foot forward under the chair, turning the left foot out a little bit in the back. I'm going to come back up to a lunge. And bringing the elbows together. Then opening to cactus, opening the heart, engaging the core. Reaching up for warrior one. Bringing the hands down to the seat of the chair and stepping up to forward fold with a flat back. Knees are a little bit bendy. Let's take a breath in. And come on up to standing and start again. So you can come all the way down to the floor if you like with your hands. Today I am using a chair to help me. Inhale, big arm circle. Sitting into the chair pose, we're going to hold this. Pull in the tummy. Take a few breaths. Drop the shoulders down. Engage your core muscles. And you can feel your lower back getting stronger as you hold this. We'll bring our hands down to the seat of the chair or to the floor. And now we'll step back with the left foot. Turn the toes out. Come on up to a lunge, cactus, Taking a couple of breaths. Warrior one. Hands are coming down to the seat of the chair. Coming to a plank and holding the plank. Taking a few breaths, keeping the core engaged, the tummy pulled in. Bringing ourselves back to a chair assisted or floor down dog. Bringing the left foot forward under the chair. Turning the toes out in the back foot. Coming up to a lunge. Elbows together. Cactus. Elbows moving back. Shoulder blades opening. Moving towards the spine. Chest opening. Hands up to warrior one if you like. Taking a couple of breaths. Bringing the hands to the chair. Stepping up to forward fold with a flat back and bendy knees. And coming on up to standing. Taking a nice big breath. And bringing the hands to the center. Alright, that's enough with the chair. I'm going to get rid of it. We're going to do a little bit more standing work, and then I'll take out the mat and get down to the floor for final stretches and relaxation. Feet wide apart and parallel. Going to come to this position I call it the A position, because my legs look like they're in a letter A shape. Taking a big breath in. I'm bringing my hands down to my thighs, bending the knees, and coming to forward fold. Stretching the legs straighter with hands on the shins and keeping a flat back. Bending the knees and slowly coming up to standing. Bending the knee on the right side. Remember, the feet are parallel, so the knee is going to come forward over the toes. Reaching up on the right. And center. Bending the knee on the left. Reaching up on the left. And center. Bending the knee on the right. Reaching up. Bending the knee on the left, reaching up, coming to center, making a big circle with the arms, bringing the hands to the thighs, bending the knees, and coming to flat back like a table in the A position. Stretching the legs much straighter. Now, if you're comfortable with it and you want to put your hands down on the floor, you can. There's nothing special about the floor. So I'm going to keep my hands on my shins today. Taking a few breaths here. And now bending the knees and slowly coming to standing. Good work. I'm going to scooch the toes and heels in. And now I'm stepping over to the wall to have a little help with my balance. If you don't have a wall handy, you could put your hand on the kitchen counter or get your chair out again. I will take my outside leg to the back as I'm working. So beginning, I'm bringing the knee up, turning it out, turning it in, turning it out, and taking the foot to the back, lunging in a warrior one lunge with the back foot turned out. Now I'm bringing the hand up, taking a breath in. I'm going to lift the back heel up, then dip down, pulling in the tummy and doing a pelvic tilt here to stretch out this hip flexor. Coming back up, good work, and stepping together. Bringing the knee up, turning out, turning in, turning out, taking the foot back, toes to the floor, stepping back to a turned out lunge, getting comfortable, finding my position, tummy pulled in, then reaching up, I am lifting my back heel, bending the knees, dipping down a little, bringing my fist to my hip, doing a pelvic tilt and really focusing on feeling the stretch in the hip flexor and the quad. Coming up and stepping together. Repeating, coming up with the outside leg, turning it out, turning it in, turning it out, and reaching it back. Coming to a lunge, reaching up, lifting the back heel, dipping down, reaching up, stepping together, lifting up, turning out, turning in, turning out, toes back, stepping back to a lunge, lifting the back heel, coming down, pulling in the tummy, pelvic tilt, fist to your hip, shoulder back, coming up, stepping together. And let's just relax for a minute. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, so you will need something for your balance, maybe the wall or a chair. And if you don't need to hold on, that's okay too. Balance without holding on. So I have my left hand on the wall. I'm going to use my right foot this time. Bring the knee up, turn out, turn in, turn out, take the foot to the back, lunge. Stretch up, lifting the heel, dip down, pelvic tilt, pull in the tummy, hand to hip, up. Good, step together. And again, knee up, turn out, turn in, turn out, reach the foot to the back, come to your lunge, come up, dip down, pelvic tilt, and up, step together, knee up, turn out, turn in, turn out, reach the foot to the back. Lunge. Reach up. Lift the back heel. Dip down. Come up. And step together. Here's our last one. Knee up. Turn out. Turn in. Turn out. Reach back. Lunge. Heel up. Dip down. And up. And step together. All right, we're going to get our mats and get down onto the floor for some big stretches. We're into our last 20 minutes of the class. Down to the floor through a really low, deep squat. I'm working to try to keep my heels on the floor. Doesn't always happen. There's nothing special about the floor. We're just trying to loosen up the hips and the ankles and the lower back as we do this. So just do your best, and all things equal, just get down to the floor the best way you can with safety. So I'm starting with my toes on the outside edge of my mat and my heels in, and my feet are a little turned out. I'm bringing the hands up for a big breath in, and bringing my hands behind my head in a shark fin or a prayer hands behind the head. Lifting the heart and pulling in the tummy and really stretching up towards the ceiling with my chest. Doing a back extension, then reaching for the ceiling and bringing the hands down through the prayer pose and coming to a deep low squat. Now here I like to put my hands on the floor and just move around a little bit. I'm going to come to down dog next. So walking my hands halfway up the mat, I'm coming to down dog and pedaling my heels. Pushing my hands into the mat, really lengthening the spine, pulling the tummy up in towards the spine. Bringing the knees to the mat, I'm going to take 8 counts and really engage the core, pulling the tummy in. Taking a breath and exhaling down. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here I'm going to a puppy pose. I'm going to reach the hands up the mat and push back into my tail area. Stretching the arms up the mat, lengthening the back muscles right through the whole erector spinae. I can really feel my latissimus dorsi muscles getting a big stretch here. Coming to hands and knees, I'll bring the right foot forward. We're going to go for the greatest stretch next. You can do this with your back knee down or up. So I'm coming forward, bringing the left hand to the floor, reaching up with the right, taking a breath here, And then bringing the right hand down to thread the needle. And here I exhale. So doing that again, reaching up with an inhalation. And down, exhalation. Placing both hands on the floor, I'm going to bring the right foot back to hands and knees, tabletop. Tucking the toes, coming back to down dog. I'm pushing down into the hands, digging in my fingertips, and exhaling to down dog. If the back of the legs are feeling really tight, I pedal the heels for a while. And then work on pressing the heels a little closer towards the floor. It's not important for the heels to touch the floor. Let's remember there's nothing special about the floor. Pushing into the hands, digging in the fingertips, keeping the elbows a little soft, and keeping the back flat. Now we're going to come down to our hands and knees again, taking 8 counts and engaging the core muscles all the way down. Take a breath in. Exhale, coming down in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're bringing ourselves to a puppy pose again. Bring the hands up, push the tail back, and stretch out from the tailbone all the way to the wrists. Coming up to tabletop, hands and knees. We're bringing the left foot forward this time, top left corner of the mat. And again, you could have your back knee up or down. I'm going to leave mine down today. Coming forward, I'm bringing my right hand to the floor, and I'm going to float my left hand up, coming into an easy twist. And taking a big breath, reaching up with the left hand. And then bringing this left hand down under the right arm to thread the needle. Coming back to tabletop, hands and knees. Next, laying down on the floor on your side. Bringing one arm under the head, like a pillow, or using a pillow if you would like an actual pillow. Let's take this top ankle and stretch out our quad muscles. So we're going to stretch out the front of the thigh and just hold the ankle being pulled in towards the buttock. If it's impossible for you to reach your ankle, then you lasso your ankle with a belt or a bathrobe tie or your elastic that you use for exercising, and stretch it that way. So here we are, taking a few breaths. Push the foot back into the hand. Push the foot back into the hand. And rest, we'll take this top arm and lay back into a gentle twist. You can stretch your arm out to the back if you like. Close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths, feeling a deep opening of the chest and thoracic area. Face forward again, and let's use the arms to help us change to our other side. Using one arm as a pillow, or you could use a real pillow if you like. Let's take the ankle, pull it in towards the buttock. Keep the knees parallel to the floor. Take the knee back, and whether you're using a belt or your hand on your ankle, let's push the foot back into the hand or into the belt. Keep the tummy engaged, keep the core working actively. Let's take a few slow breaths, really keep pushing your foot back into your hand. And now resting, we're going to take the top arm, lay back into a gentle twist, and reach back. Come out of that slowly, and we'll lay on our backs for figure 4. We're going on to a figure 4 stretch to stretch out the piriformis and the hip a little bit. So bring one ankle up across your thigh, flex your foot actively on the leg that is lifted, and now we're going to turn the knee out and just hold this for a little bit. So hold the turned out position without forcing it. Keep your foot flexing, keep your tummy engaged, chin pulled in, shoulders back and relaxed. Bring this up for a hug. So let's bring the legs up, keep the knee turned out, and we're holding the stretch. You can reach reach through the donut behind the thigh or to the shin, and just make sure you're laying back and relaxed as you hold your position. If this is too much and all you can do is keep your ankle up on your knee, that is okay. You do what you can, you hold it, you breathe, and you rest. Resting, cross your legs more tightly together, inner thighs together, and let's bring both knees up for a hug. Now, bring the knee parallel, the foot parallel to the leg. Pull the knee in and stretch the other leg down the bottom of the mat. Pull your shoulders down and your chin in, and then relax. And now focus on opposite hand to knee and pulling the knee towards the opposite shoulder, just a little. I'm leaving my buttocks on the mat. I'm not going into a twist. I'm just bringing the knee across. Resting. Both feet flat on the floor. We'll go through all of those on the other side. So let's bring the knee up, turn the knee out. The foot is actively flexing. We have our hand inside the knee here. We're giving a little gentle pressure to help turn out the knee and stretch the hip. We're working on our figure 4 stretch now. Just holding this, taking a few breaths, waiting for the hip to relax a little bit. And then we're going to bring this up for a hug if you can. Bringing it up for a hug. Keeping the knee turned out, keeping the foot in the flexed position. And if you like, you can reach through the donut hole here and lay back, relaxing, giving this a good hug. If that's too much, you just hold it the best way you can. Now resting, cross the legs more tightly and the inner thighs are together, and we'll bring the knees back up for another hug. Rest, legs parallel, pull the knee in and stretch the other, stretch the other leg Stretch your other leg down to the bottom of the mat. And now opposite hand to knee. Pull the knee across towards the opposite shoulder. Leave your buttocks on the mat, and you're just stretching out the hip a little differently here. For resting, put the feet together in the butterfly pose, relax the knees open, and bring your hands to goalposts or cactus. Let's pull in the chin. Let's bring the hands a few inches higher and stretch them out a bit. Reaching up behind the head. And bringing the elbows down again, elbows wide, chin in. Bringing the knees together, and the arms can come down. We're going to roll onto our side. Use the arms to help you sit up. And we'll make our way slowly back up to standing. So come to hands and knees tabletop. I'm going to make my way back to standing through the deep low squat. But get up the best way you can with safety. So I'm bringing my toes a little bit wide apart, flexing the feet, digging the toes in, bringing my hands through the center here, and coming to that deep low squat position again. I want to pause here and just take a few breaths. I like to put my hands on the floor and lean into the floor a little bit, pressing the knees against my arms. Feel a deep stretch in the groin. Finally, coming to standing very slowly. Going to finish up, taking a big breath in, bringing the hands together and to my heart. I'd like to say thank you so much for being here with me today. If you enjoyed this program, please give it a thumbs up. It's gentle but effective, and it gets the whole body to work hard and be stretched. So I feel like I'm ready for my day. Have a really good day, guys, and come on back tomorrow.